Have you ever felt like you're an emotional sponge, absorbing the joy, the sadness, and the anxiety of everyone around you? Have you ever given so much of yourself to others that you felt completely drained, totally invisible, and like you had nothing left? What happens when that incredible gift of empathy, that deep, soulful connection to others, becomes a wound? What happens when a person who feels everything, who gives endlessly, is pushed too far, to the absolute brink? We're going to talk about that today. We're diving deep into the psychology of what truly happens when you hurt an empath. And trust me, it's not what you think. It's not about some fiery, dramatic act of revenge. It's something far more profound, far more terrifying in its cold finality. This isn't just about feelings. We're going to explore this through the lens of one of the most brilliant minds in psychology, Carl Jung, and his insights into the human psyche, the shadow, and what it really means to become whole. But before we continue, I'm offering you a free ebook to thank you for supporting the channel. Download it now and begin your journey towards self-discovery, dream interpretation, and shadow work. Hurry because it's free. The link is to the channel page. Okay, let's get back to it. An empath isn't just someone who's a little sensitive. They're wired differently. Their brains, specifically the mirror neuron system, are hyperactive. That means they don't just sympathize with you. They actually feel what you feel. When you're in pain, they feel a pang in their chest. When you're happy, they feel a surge of joy. They can pick up on subtle cues, on the hidden emotions behind a person's words, making them incredibly intuitive. This makes them amazing friends, incredible partners, and natural healers. They're the ones you go to when you need to talk, because you know they'll really listen. They're the ones who will always give you the benefit of the doubt, who will try to see things from your perspective, even if it hurts them. But here's the problem with that. They tend to put everyone else's needs before their own. They become people pleasers, always trying to fix things, always trying to make sure everyone is okay. They're like a human safety net. And toxic people, especially narcissists, sense this from a mile away. They see an empath as a perfect target, a source of endless supply, a person who will forgive their bad behavior, who will make excuses for their cruelty, and who will always, always come back for more. Think about that relationship you had, or maybe still have, where you just keep giving and they just keep taking. You make their problems your problems, and they just keep piling it on, right? The empath keeps trying to find the good in them, keeps believing in their potential, and keeps hoping that one day, their love and compassion will be enough to change them. This is where the psychological concept of the shadow comes in. Carl Jung taught that everyone has a shadow, the repressed, unconscious part of our personality that contains all the things we don't like about ourselves. Our anger, our selfishness, our capacity for cruelty, our need for boundaries, and our desire for power. For an empath, their shadow is a deep, dark closet full of all the emotions and needs they've suppressed to be a good person. Things like saying no, walking away from a toxic situation, or even just feeling a bit of healthy anger. They've been told their whole lives to be selfless, to be compassionate, and they've buried their rightful aggression and self-preservation so deep they forgot it even existed. So, what happens when that empath, that gentle soul, is pushed to their absolute breaking point? Their shadow emerges. This isn't a flip of a switch. It's a slow, agonizing process. It's like a silent pressure cooker building and building inside. You see it when they stop answering your texts with the same enthusiasm, when their voice loses its warmth, when they start looking at you with a cold, almost detached expression. They aren't trying to be cruel. They're in a state of self-preservation. Their mind and spirit have finally had enough. The part of them that says, "You deserve to be protected," has finally taken over. This is the empath's revenge. And it's not for you, it's for them. The moment an empath finally snaps, it's not a loud fight. It's an eerie, chilling silence. They don't scream, they don't cry, and they don't argue anymore. They've crossed a line. It's like the moment Neo in the Matrix says, "I'm not getting back up." They realize there's no fighting this battle with you because you don't understand. You won't understand. And they don't even have the energy to try and make you understand anymore. They're completely done. They will cut you off, completely and permanently, without a single word of explanation. And this is the part that will really mess with the person who hurt them, because they'll be left with nothing. No angry calls, no tearful pleas, no guilt trips to manipulate. Just a void where that endless supply of compassion used to be. The revenge is in their complete indifference. An empath's greatest fear is becoming cold and unfeeling. But once they're hurt enough, they realize that's what they need to survive. They develop a steel wall around their heart. They stop trying to fix people. They stop absorbing others' emotions, and they become a gatekeeper to their own emotional health. The revenge isn't about making you suffer. It's about them finally protecting themselves. It's a profound, internal shift in power. They've gone from being a victim to being a survivor. This is part of the Jungian concept of individuation, the process of becoming a fully integrated, whole person. It's a painful but necessary journey where they finally embrace all parts of themselves, including the parts they've suppressed. They're no longer just a compassionate caregiver. They're also the protector, the boundary setter, the warrior. They've finally integrated their shadow. This isn't about hate. It's about a cold, logical assessment. They've run the numbers, and you're a liability. You are draining their energy, and they can no longer afford to let you do that. Think about a person you know who was always there for you, always forgiving, always understanding, and then one day, they just weren't anymore. They didn't tell you off. They just stopped being a part of your life. That's the most powerful form of emotional revenge. It's a quiet goodbye that carries more weight than any dramatic explosion ever could. It's the sound of a heart finally saying enough and closing its doors forever. And the ironic part? The person who hurt them may not even realize the damage until they've been cut off. They'll wonder why the endless well of forgiveness has run dry. They'll wonder why their usual manipulation tactics aren't working anymore. That's because the person they knew is gone. They've moved on to a new chapter of their life, one where they prioritize their own peace and well-being. They've learned the most important lesson of all, that true empathy starts with the self. So, the next time you encounter an empath, be gentle with them. They're a rare and beautiful gift. But remember, don't mistake their kindness for weakness, and don't push them to the edge. Because once that line is crossed, you won't get a fiery outburst, you'll get something far worse, a chilling, permanent silence. What do you think? Have you ever witnessed this kind of transformation in someone you know? Or maybe you've gone through it yourself. Let me know your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the psychology of the human mind.